Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am going to share with you a story time, my very first story time. Now, as you guys can tell from the title, this is a story about a creeping husband that gets caught. So if you're interested in hearing this story, it's very entertaining. Stay tuned. Oh, that is so good. But anyways, so to start, guys, I had just moved back home to Atlanta so that I could be closer to my family and my friends, and I meet this guy. We're gonna say for this video his name is Dre. So when I meet Dre, you know, he seemed like a nice guy, but honestly he's not someone that I looked at as being a person that I would date seriously. And really I wasn't attracted to him. There was something about him, I couldn't put my finger on it, but it was something about him that I really just was not feeling. But I still hung out with him because he was really nice to me. And we never had a physical relationship. He never knew where I lived. He never knew where I worked. That's how like far away I kept him from me. But like, we did hang out, we went out to dinner, we did go to the movies. He texted me and called me quite frequently, so we were definitely friends, but I never really looked at him as being my man or someone that I would date seriously. So, and really guys, I guess my intuition was right about him, because I work in retail, and one day I was at work and I get a call. Now this was from a call or from a phone number that I did not recognize. And I usually never answer calls that I do not recognize. If I don't recognize the telephone number, or if it's a private number or restricted number, I usually just let it go to voicemail, never answer them. But because we were bored, I was at work, I was like, oh, whatever, I'll answer the phone. But guys, I answered the phone, and we're gonna say this person's name is Carol. So I answered the phone, I'm like, hello. She was like, hi, this is Carol, Andre's wife, and I was calling because I want to know who you are and why is my husband texting and calling you all the time. So of course I'm stunned. Now at this time I get off work at 6 o'clock, but it's 4 o'clock when she calls. So I tell Carol, I said, listen, yes, I said, I can tell you everything you want to know, but I need you to call me in 2 hours because right now I'm at work and I can't discuss this at work. So she was like, fine, I'm gonna call you at 6 o'clock on the dot, so please answer your phone. And I said, well, sure, I'll definitely answer the phone. So six o'clock rolls around, my phone rings at 6:01 on the dot, guys. 6:01 on the dot, my phone rings. I answer the phone, it's Carol, and she's asking me questions about, you know, how do I know her husband, how far, you know, where did I meet him, and she just wanted details. So of course I'm telling her any and everything she wants to know. I told her that we had never had a physical relationship. I told her that he didn't even know where I lived. I told her that he does not know where I work. But I did tell the truth. I told her that, you know, he's taken me out to eat multiple times, that we've been to the movies, but you know, that was about it. I told her that he never mentioned that he had 3 children or a wife. So she, of course, she was very like stunned, and she felt some type of way. She was unhappy about it, and I told her, I said, I apologize that I had no clue, because I don't date married men. I just don't do that. My mom and dad taught me differently, and you know, I told her I had no clue, that she does not have to worry about me, that I'm no longer his friend, I'm deleting his number, and she does not have to worry about me. So her next question was, well, when were you guys supposed to meet again? And I said, well, actually we were supposed to meet for dinner tonight at 8 o'clock, but I'm changing my mind. I'm not going because I don't even want to hear from him. I don't want to see him again. You know, I don't want to be a part of the situation. So the wife, Carol, she's like, no, please keep the date. She says, I've been asking my husband week after week, you know, is he cheating on me? Is he having an affair? And he's been blatantly telling me, no, I would never cheat on you, and I want to catch him in the act. I said, I don't know about this. So she was like, no, please. And I said, okay. So I told her the restaurant that we were supposed to eat at, and I gave her the time. So about maybe an hour later, Dre calls my phone and he's like, hey, I'm about 15 minutes away from the restaurant. Where are you? And I said, oh, I'm about 20 minutes away. I'll be there soon. So essentially, when I turn into the restaurant, he sees me turn in, he gets out the car, we walk in the restaurant together. So the way we were seated, there's like a window next to our table, so you can see all of the cars coming in and out of the parking lot. And also, his back was toward the door, but I was facing the door. So I'm, you know, the entire time that I'm sitting in the restaurant, I kept doing this, like looking out the window to see if I see a woman walking through the door. So the waiter comes up to our table. He's like, okay, what would you guys like to order? And I was like, well, right now I just want a Sprite. And he's looking at me like, wait a minute, all you want is a Sprite? You don't want anything more than a Sprite? And I said, you know, not right now. I'm looking at the menu. I want to figure out what I want. Now guys, usually when we eat at this particular restaurant, I order the same thing, but I'm stalling because I knew his wife was on her way and I did not want to have food around. So I just told the waiter, you know, to check back with me, just bring me a Sprite for now. So he did the same thing. Well, 5 or 6 minutes go by, the waiter comes back again. He's like, are you guys ready to order? I'm like, can you please give me another minute? I'm not sure, I'm debating. And so he's like, Jocqueline, what is wrong with you? Order your food. I said, I am, give me a minute. You guys, all of a sudden, I look out the window and I see an angry woman walking in, and I'm like, I just looked at Dre. So Carol comes in and she taps him on the back, on the shoulder. And she's like, oh, so you're not cheating on me, huh? So then Dre turns around and looks at me and he's like, oh my God, y'all just set me up. And she's like, I thought you said you wasn't cheating on me. You're here with another woman, and the two of them, you know, they're arguing. So I politely get up and walk out to my car because I'm just trying to get away from the situation. The next thing I know, he jumps up, he's running out to his car, she runs after him and she like smacks him. He gets in his ride and he drives away. So I'm sitting in the car in my vehicle just observing the situation. The wife then comes over to me and, you know, she's just venting to me. She's like, you know, I'm a good woman. I take care of his child. She said that she was a good woman, that she takes care of a kid that's not even hers, like, because he had a child previous to them getting married. She had a child previous to them getting married, and then they had just had a baby together. And their baby was like 9 or 10 months old. I know they had a baby together and the baby was less than a year. So she was really upset and really hurt, and rightfully so. So I just told her, I was like, yo, I apologize for everything that you're going through. And I said, you know, I'm so sorry for what you're going through. And I said, you know, what did he say? And she started crying because he wouldn't even listen to her. He basically blamed her for everything, and then he drove off away from her, which is like whack. So I told her, I was like, well, he whack anyway. So she had to leave because they live, like, I live in Atlanta, like in the Atlanta area. They live in Columbus, Georgia, and I think Columbus is like an hour and 40 minutes away from Georgia. She had to leave that night and drive all the way back home because her friend was watching the 3 children while she came chasing after his creeping dog behind. So anyway, she gets home or whatnot, and I just told her to just let me know that she made it home okay. And she called and said she made it home, and I thought that was it. So long story short, Dre is texting me, he's calling me, he's leaving me messages. Of course, I am completely like ignoring him. I actually changed his name in my phone from Dre to DNA, which stands for do not answer. So he just continually left me messages like, why, you know, I was trying to make you the one, and just all this foolishness. I didn't even care to hear it at this point. I was done. once I heard he was married, that was a wrap for me. And again, like I said before, I really wasn't feeling him like that anyway. But I thought everything was done, and all of a sudden, guys, some other, I won't say creepy, but some weird things started happening. Now, the wife begins calling me every day, like trying to be friends. And she's like, I'm gonna divorce him. She's like, I got a good job. I can hold it down, and I'm divorcing him. I'm done. And she asked me, would I be a witness to their divorce trial? Like, would I be a witness for her that he was cheating? And guys, I felt very uncomfortable because number one, like, I don't want to be a part of this situation. Once I found out about the situation, I was done. And number two, my friends and my family was like, yo, you do not need to be talking to her. You need to cut her. Do not talk to her anymore. So when she called me again, I was like, do you not have any family or friends that you can talk to? Because this is kind of weird that you're calling me every day. And you guys, it was so sad. She said that Dre isolated her from her family, from her friends, and that she had nobody she could turn to. So I truly felt bad for her then, and I just told her, I said, well, maybe you need to seek counseling and reach out to some of your family, because right now you definitely need a support system around you for going through what you're going through. And after that, you guys, I never heard from her again. I never heard from Dre again. And it made me think about something my mother always said. She said, if it doesn't feel right, or if something feels funny about a person, go with your instinct, because you may find out, and again, you may not find out, but it's something. And she was right, because, you know, I said in the beginning of the story, he seemed cool, but he was almost too cool, too nice. And usually, you know, people aren't that nice, that genuinely nice. Something about him that was, you know, that secrets that he was holding. So I never heard from him again, which is a blessing. And I'm just happy he never knew where I lived, and he didn't know where I worked. So, you know, once I just stopped responding to any of his messages, you know, he finally got the drift and he stopped calling. And his wife stopped calling as well. And I really do wish her the best, because she was a very nice woman, and I hope that her and the children are doing well. As far as Dre, I have no hopes for him. I don't wish any bad on him, but I have zero hopes for him, nothing to say regarding him. But I have a ton of stories like this if you guys are interested in hearing them. And if you guys like this video, don't forget to thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video next week. Thank you for watching. Bye. Guys, if you've had a wash and go fail and figured out how to fix it, please let me know what you did, because I would love to try it.